Something important often goes unnoticed as the years pass. The body does not lose strength all at once. It slowly loses confidence. Movements that once felt automatic begin to feel uncertain. Standing up from the floor takes a little more thought. Climbing stairs requires more attention. And without realizing it, daily life starts shrinking around what feels safe. There are places in the world where aging looks very different. In those communities, people in their 80s, 90s, and even beyond continue to move with calm control. They garden, they walk confidently, they sit down and stand up without hesitation. Not because they trained harder, but because they trained differently. Their bodies learned how to hold strength, not chase it. Modern exercise often focuses on motion, steps counted, repetitions rushed, distance measured. But the human body, especially after 60, responds best to something quieter.
Something steadier. Strength that does not rely on speed, impact, or exhaustion. Strength that teaches the body how to support itself again. There is a form of movement that does exactly that. It asks the muscles to stay present instead of moving constantly. It builds stability without strain. It improves balance without fear. And it supports joints instead of punishing them. This approach does not demand sweat or force. It demands attention and patience. What makes this especially powerful is how it translates into real life. Carrying groceries, reaching into a cabinet, catching balance after a misstep. These moments do not require fast movement. They require control. And control is built by learning how to hold the body steady under gentle tension. This video will walk through a simple stretch that many health professionals now recommend for older adults. A stretch that can be done safely, at home, without equipment. A stretch that supports independence instead of pushing limits. And a stretch that may change the way movement feels from this point forward. Before we continue, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. And take a moment to comment where you're watching from. It's always great to see people from different places taking care of their health. Exercise 1. Seated wall press. This movement looks simple, but it reaches deep into the muscles that hold the upper body upright throughout the day. Over time, the upper back and shoulders tend to soften and drift forward. That subtle change affects breathing, balance, and even how confident movement feels. This exercise gently reminds the body how to stay tall without force. The seated wall press works by creating strength without motion. Instead of lifting or pulling, the muscles engage by pressing into something that does not move. That steady tension wakes up the postural muscles that often go quiet with age. The body learns to support itself again, calmly and efficiently. To begin, sit comfortably with the back resting fully against a wall. The feet stay flat on the floor, placed about hip-width apart. The knees remain bent at a natural, relaxed angle. The spine stays long without forcing the chest forward or the chin upward. The arms rest at the sides with the elbows bent. From this position, the elbows and upper arms gently press backward into the wall. The back of the head also presses lightly into the surface behind it. Nothing moves. The goal is not effort, but connection. The muscles engage as the body holds steady. This position is held for about 20 seconds at first. Breathing stays slow and natural, without holding the breath. After releasing, the body rests briefly before repeating the hold 2 more times. Over the weeks, the hold can slowly increase as strength improves. With consistent practice, this exercise helps the shoulders settle back into a more natural position. The chest feels more open. Breathing becomes easier. Standing and sitting begin to feel lighter. It is not about standing straighter on purpose. It is about the body remembering how to do it on its own. Exercise 2. Standing hip anchor. The hips are often described as the foundation of the body, and for good reason. Nearly every step, turn, and shift of weight depends on how well the hips can stabilize the body. When that stability fades, confidence in movement usually fades with it. This exercise focuses on restoring that quiet sense of support. The standing hip anchor builds strength without requiring large movements or fast reactions. It teaches the body how to hold itself steady on one leg, which is something daily life demands constantly. Walking, climbing stairs, and even standing at the sink all rely on this kind of controlled balance. To begin, stand beside a sturdy surface such as a chair or countertop. One hand rests lightly on it for balance, not support. The feet start about hip-width apart, with the body standing tall and relaxed. The leg farthest from the support lifts just a few inches off the ground. The lift is small and controlled. Once the foot leaves the floor, the standing leg presses gently downward as if rooting into the ground. The hips stay level and quiet. This position is held for about 15 seconds, while breathing stays calm and even. After lowering the lifted foot, the body rests briefly before repeating on the same side. After several holds, the exercise switches to the other leg. Over time, this exercise helps the hips feel stronger and more responsive. Balance improves not because of effort, but because the body feels more organized. Movements become smoother. Walking feels more secure. Confidence grows from the inside out. Exercise 3. Door frame chest opener. As the years go by, the front of the body often becomes tight without anyone noticing. Shoulders drift forward. The chest gently closes. Breathing becomes a little shallower. This change is not sudden, but it affects posture, comfort, and even energy levels over time. This exercise brings balance back to that area. The door frame chest opener works by opening the front of the body while gently activating the muscles of the upper back. It does not force flexibility. Instead, it allows the body to lengthen where it has shortened and strengthen where it has weakened. That combination is what makes the change last. To begin, stand in a doorway with the feet comfortably apart. The arms lift so the elbows are roughly level with the shoulders, bent at a relaxed angle. The forearms rest against the sides of the door frame, creating a stable position. From here, the body steps slightly forward until a gentle stretch is felt across the chest. Once that sensation appears, movement stops. The arms press softly into the door frame as if trying to widen the space, while the shoulder blades draw subtly together behind the body. This position is held for about 20 seconds with slow, steady breathing. After releasing, the body rests briefly before repeating the hold several times. There is no rush and no strain. The stretch should feel supportive, never aggressive. With regular practice, the chest begins to feel lighter and more open. Breathing feels fuller. The shoulders settle back into a more natural position. Everyday activities like reaching, lifting, and even sitting become more comfortable without conscious effort. Exercise 4. Seated knee press. The knees play a quiet but essential role in independence. Standing up from a chair, climbing stairs, stepping off a curb, or rising from the floor all depend on how supported the knees feel. When strength around them fades, movement often becomes cautious. This exercise focuses on restoring that sense of support without stressing the joints. The seated knee press strengthens the muscles that stabilize the knee without requiring bending, impact, or repeated motion. Because the joint stays still, the muscles do the work while the knees remain protected. This makes the exercise especially suitable for bodies that need strength without irritation. To begin, sit on a sturdy chair with the back supported and both feet resting flat on the floor. The posture stays relaxed, with the shoulders soft and the spine long. From this position, one leg slowly extends forward until it is almost straight, stopping before the knee locks. Once the leg is extended, the toes gently point upward. The thigh muscles tighten as if pressing the leg long and strong through the heel. Nothing moves. The effort stays steady and controlled without gripping or strain. This position is held for about 10 seconds while breathing remains calm and natural. After releasing, the leg lowers back to the floor and rests briefly before repeating several times on the same side. The exercise then switches to the other leg. With consistency, this exercise helps the knees feel more stable and reliable. Standing becomes smoother. Walking feels more secure. Movements that once required hesitation begin to feel natural again, supported by strength that the body trusts. Exercise 5. Wall sit hold with calm breathing. This final exercise brings everything together. Strength, balance, coordination, and calm all meet in one simple position. It may look familiar, but when done with the right intention, it becomes one of the most powerful ways to support independence as the body ages. The wall sit hold trains the lower body to support weight steadily without movement. That matters because most real-life actions are not explosive. Standing in line, waiting at the sink, catching balance after a small stumble. These moments require the ability to hold strength calmly, not push through motion. To begin, stand with the back resting against a wall. The feet step forward slightly, about hip-width apart. From there, the body slowly slides down the wall until the knees are gently bent. This is not a deep squat. The position should feel challenging but safe, with no strain in the joints. Once in position, the entire back stays connected to the wall. The shoulders relax. The hands rest naturally at the sides or on the thighs. The body becomes still, supported by the wall and the legs working together. Breathing is what transforms this hold. The breath moves slowly and smoothly, in through the nose and out through the mouth. The exhale stays slightly longer than the inhale, encouraging the body to remain calm even while the muscles work. This teaches strength without tension. The position is held for as long as feels steady and controlled, often starting around 20 to 30 seconds. After resting, the hold can be repeated. Over time, endurance improves, and daily activities begin to feel easier and more secure. This exercise builds trust between the body and the mind. The legs feel reliable, balance feels steadier, standing up and sitting down becomes smoother. It is not about pushing limits, it is about reminding the body that it still knows how to support itself. Strength after 60 is not about doing more, it is about doing what matters. The movements shared here are quiet, controlled, and intentional, yet they reach into the exact abilities that protect independence. Standing with confidence, moving without hesitation, trusting the body again in everyday moments. Each of these exercises teaches the body how to hold itself steady, not through force, not through speed, but through presence. The muscles learn to stay active without strain. The joints feel supported instead of stressed. Balance improves because the body feels organized from the inside. What makes this approach so effective is how naturally it fits into daily life. These movements do not require special clothing, equipment, or long sessions. They can be practiced at home, at a calm pace, and adjusted to how the body feels on any given day. That flexibility is what allows consistency, and consistency is where change truly happens. Over time, these simple holds create a quiet confidence in movement. Standing up feels easier. Walking feels steadier. Daily tasks no longer demand extra thought or caution. The body begins to move the way it was designed to move, with control and ease. Aging does not have to mean shrinking life down. With the right kind of movement, it can mean maintaining freedom, dignity, and choice. These exercises are not about reversing time. They are about supporting the life that exists right now, with strength that feels calm and reliable. What's one daily activity you want to keep doing comfortably as you get older? If this video was helpful to you, give it a like and subscribe to the channel. That support helps us keep creating content to help people stay strong, active, and independent for longer.